Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is called Steel. We are still, of course, going around town looking for Crow. And we were looking for Milliam, but at the end of the last episode we found her in the basement of the old schoolhouse. Right next to Voldemar. And right now, we are thinking he might be at the dormitory. We already talked to everyone in Tristan, so all that's left for us to do is get into the dormitory and see if he's there. So, me personally, with the things how he's been handling things, like giving the items of everybody back to them, which was really weird considering it was before the news broke out. I think something else is going on. And like we've been theorizing, I have been theorizing for quite a while that Crow might be CU. At first, it was just because of the letter and because of the fact that if a character wears a mask and he's a villain, we know that person. And that's basically the reason why I still suspect him to be that. And maybe the fact that he gave all the stuff back, not just to Rean, but to everybody. Maybe he was preparing himself to go away. Anywhere, wherever that is. And why? I know time will tell. Is it because he is actually seen? And there are things he needs to do that will take up his entire time and he just needs to go? Or is it something totally different that I can't even imagine right now? So yeah, let's head into the dormitory and see if we can find them. One side of me, I really hope so. Of course, that would mean that that is -1 point on the C column, +1 in the Crow column. On the other hand, it does feel logical that he wouldn't be there. But let's go into it and talk to Sharon. Maybe she will know.
Oh, I wasn't expecting to see either of you back so early. Welcome home.
Hello again, Sharon.
We're back! Oh, it seems all of your classes have been cancelled today. I heard from Lady Sarah that you would be remaining on the campus, though.
Well, that was the plan. Say, Crow hasn't been back here, has he?
Master Crow? Well, actually, he just returned a short while ago.
He is here.
Oh, he did? Indeed. However, I don't believe he stayed long. It seems he was here just long enough to go to his room, then he left again.
Sounds like we just missed him. Maybe he forgot something here and came back to pick it up?
No, I think he just packed his things and went away.
I don't know. Should we check his room just in case?
Definitely.
Yeah, might as well while we're here.
Well, if you need anything, just let me know.
Alright. Nothing in our mailbox, definitely. Oh, Master Crow returned to his room not long ago. He seems to have departed again soon after, however. Maybe he left something here and came back to pick it up. I'll go check his room just to be sure, though. Well, if my theory is correct, his room will be empty. If not, there is still a chance he's here. Alright, let's check. Yeah, it's totally empty, isn't it?
Looks like he did go out then. Still, don't you think his room's awfully tidy? I mean, for Crow.
Well, he was supposed to be moving out of here fairly soon. He must have been doing some cleaning. Anyway, it's almost noon. Guess we just have to head back to the classroom empty-handed for now.
Yeah, I think Crow is gone. I mean, not gone as in it's the end of his second year, he's graduating and stuff like that. I think he just left. And like I said, the reason why? It could be many things, but we'll have to see for that.
Yep, it's almost time for Gramps' speech. Still, I wonder where Crow went.
Yeah. There's nowhere else around here I haven't checked, is there?
I don't think so. Unless you consider everyone else's room, but I'm pretty sure he won't be in any of those. Well, we can check upstairs. Nope. Oh well, maybe I'm just overthinking things. I think the best thing we can do is just move on back to our classroom, listen to the speech, and who knows, maybe he'll show up. Alright, let's head straight back, cause I'm pretty sure everybody would still be thinking the same, and we already talked to them, so the only thing left for us to do is just head back to the classroom.
Oh, it's you.
Oh, hey Patrick.
Patrick, what are you doing here? I thought you would have gone back home.
Well, we don't have any classes today, so I was just resting in my room. Sure, I've been told to return home, repeatedly at this point. But as a member of the Four Great Houses, what dignity would I have were I to turn tail and run home at a time like this? Don't underestimate me, Schwarzer.
Oh, wow.
Wouldn't dream of it. Is Class 1 planning on listening to the national address too?
We are. Personally, I can't stand the man, but we are in the middle of a national crisis. Those of us who elected to remain at the Academy are having a radio set up to hear the broadcast together.
Ah, right.
You've got some strange classmates, though. Especially that second year. I know Heimdall's not all that far from Trista, but I'm not sure why he'd bother going to hear the speech in person.
He went to Heimdall? Did he meet him in town somewhere this morning?
What are you talking about?
That Crow fellow. I met him outside the station this morning.
Huh, really?
Oh, he didn't tell you? When I inquired, he said he wanted to hear the Chancellor's speech in person.
Huh. I wouldn't have expected him to suddenly take an interest in politics. Well, at least we know where he went now.
I haven't a clue what you're babbling on about. Anyway, it's almost noon now. Shouldn't you be running along? You'll miss the broadcast.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Let's get going, Milliam. Everyone else is waiting in the classroom.
Okay.
Why would he go to Heimdall by himself and not tell us? It is really suspicious, isn't it? No, let's just continue on. Same day, 11:55.
The clock's about to strike noon in Heimdall, with the Chancellor set to take the stage for his national address. With the situation in Crossbell and the destruction of Gorelia Fortress still fresh in the national consciousness, the message he has today will undoubtedly shape the future of Erobonia and with it our lives. Our reporter is joining us now live from Dreikel's Plaza.
Sounds like he's about to start.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing, Elliot. Cause it has to be a declaration of war, isn't it?
Oh, I hate this. I've got butterflies in my stomach.
This is Misty, coming to you live from Heimdall.
Huh?
Why is Misty...
Oh, it's the host from Abentime.
At least that's a reassuring voice to hear at a time like this.
How?
Emma? What's wrong?
The woman talking on the radio, she's...
Is she finally making the connection?
You all know her?
Who, Misty? Of course. She hosts the radio show Abentime every Sunday night at 9.
I've seen her out and about in Trista too. She always looks so fashionable. Though, considering Abentime is broadcast by Radio Trista, it makes sense that's where she'd be.
Huh?
Do you know her or something?
The Chancellor's standing at the podium, and it looks like he's about ready to begin.
Yeah, cause a couple of episodes ago we were... I think we were back in Heimdall trying to pick up the dresses for the concert that we were gonna perform. And we saw a bird there, and shortly after we saw Misty. And we already theorized that maybe it's a familiar for Misty, and Misty's actually a witch, just like Emma. And with a comment and some deeper thinking about the entire situation, we came to that conclusion, and that would make sense then why Emma is reacting like this. Because it would be normal if witches knew each other, right? They may be from the same convent. And yeah, I'm using phrases like witches because I don't know how actually they would be referred to here in the game, so until we know, I will keep it that way and also try to think in that same type of path. So yeah, there is a good chance that they would know each other, cause I'm pretty sure being a witch like that they are isn't that common, so you would likely know of each other's existence at least, if not from the same covenant. So yeah.
Let's hear what he has to say.
Citizens of Heimdall, fellow countrymen, Erebonians far and wide, I thank you for your attention. I am Gileath Osborne, your Chancellor and the acting representative of the Imperial government.
Talk about a show of force.
We stand today in the face of an uncertain future. All of you, I'm sure, are aware of what has transpired in recent weeks. Crossbell, our erstwhile province, has defiantly declared its independence. And as its parting shot, frozen the assets entrusted to them by the hard-working men and women of Erobonia. As we have moved to safeguard our national interests, armed conflicts have broken out on our borders. Our enemies point to this as an example of Erebonian aggression, but nothing could be further from the truth. We acted in accordance with our duties as a colonial power. All we have done as is our sovereign right. The Imperial hand may be firm, but it is fair. These traitors, however, have shown the world that they are neither. With an unknown weapon of mass destruction, they have annihilated Gorelia Fortress, the stronghold that has long protected the very gates of this country. I ask you, brothers and sisters of the Empire, do we allow such an odious act to go unpunished? Do we sit idle as the pride and dignity of our great nation is spat upon and trampled underfoot? We cannot. We must not. And we will not. With blood and with iron, we shall mete out justice.
A powerful speech by Osborne. What we would expect, of course.
Listen to him go.
Well, he's quite the orator, that's for sure.
Well, he's certainly not out to upend my expectations.
Milliam? What are you doing?
Nope, can't get through. No surprise there, I guess.
Who are you trying to call?
What is all this about?
Oh, it's part of my mission. The most important part, actually. If only I'd caught on a little sooner.
Caught on to what?
But considering he managed to outwit Claire, Lecter, and even Gramps...
Is she talking about Crow?
I suppose Crow's earned this victory.
What? What does Crow have to do with this?
This is her main mission? Because she did say so when we were in the basement of the old schoolhouse in the last episode. That she was here for a main mission, but it didn't pan out. At least not in the way she thought it would. And checking the old schoolhouse was then like a secondary mission? Is she talking about keeping an eye on Crow because of the suspicion who he is? But who I think he is.
Huh. So that's your angle. You came because you had a potential lead on C and you couldn't look into it from the outside. Is that it?
What? As in the leader of the Imperial Liberation Front?
But he's dead, isn't he? The Intelligence Division looked at all of C's actions so far and drew up a list of potential suspects. And one possibility we couldn't dismiss was that he had ties to this academy somehow. But after C and his cronies got blown up aboard their airship in the mine, we thought it was a moot point. Looks like we spoke too soon, though. I can't believe how bad we screwed this up.
Are you seriously suggesting that it's Crow? That it's been him all along?
Let's be honest, there were a lot of things pointing towards it. He was the only character with a name with C that was viable enough to be C. That's why I suspected him almost from the get-go. I just never could put my finger on it just to get a 100% confirmation until now. Yeah, I don't find that weird. Definitely not.
Crow was with us in the mine right up until he went with the miners to escort them back to the surface, right?
Yeah, and then his route back ended up blocked off by a cave-in, so he wasn't able to reach us until later.
But what if he actually used another route to get there ahead of us?
Then fought us wearing that masked helmet and cape.
Before making it look like he boarded the airship, then sneaking back around to join the others like nothing happened.
Madness. No one would stake their entire plan on such a precarious stunt.
In all honesty, the personality of Crow that we've learned throughout the game, he would definitely do that.
Perhaps we can read the evidence that way, but there are a few leaps in logic that bother me.
Besides, remember when the terrorists escaped from Gorelia Fortress? We heard C talking to us.
Yeah, we heard him. We didn't see him, so it could have been a recording.
And not just then. He was addressing us just before the airship exploded in the mine, too.
That's true, on both counts.
And Crow was with us the whole time during everything that went down in Gorelia. He never left our sight.
Right. No mistaking it.
My name is C.
Yeah, and the fact that you hear him there doesn't mean anything, because if you can't see him, it could be multiple things. It could be a voice changer or recording, pre-recording, and he could act upon that. I've seen it in the Flash series, well, in the early episodes of the Flash series, because the later ones were not that decent, but yeah.
Leader of the Imperial Liberation Front. The hammer of judgment shall fall again. I'm ready. Are you?
Yeah, there's no way he could be...
He could have recorded a message in advance and played it back.
Oh.
And the airship that exploded? It could have been controlled remotely. His alibi seems airtight. But once you account for things like that, it starts looking pretty questionable.
Yep. And if C's still alive, that means the other ringleaders probably are too.
Then right now, Crow is...
He did went to Heimdall, according to Patrick. So, could he be there to attack the Chancellor? Because that would be an open act of aggression, which would lie in line with what the Liberation Front stands for, doesn't it?
Oh no.
Wait, could it have been Crow that shot the plane down? Right back in the mine. And if that's the case, then because it was a big ass sniper rifle. We have to watch this, because I'm having ideas in my head that what if Crow is on one of the rooftops taking a pot shot at Chancellor Osborne? Okay, we have to see this. My mind is going a million miles an hour.
He said he was headed to Dreikel's Plaza, didn't he?
If a skilled sniper has their eye on you, you let your guard down for even a second and bang, you're dead.
Exactly, Fee, exactly.
If he's the one who shot down the airship in the mine...
That's what I'm thinking.
Then it's checkmate for the Chancellor. Crow's already won.
We stand at the brink of nothing less than a national crisis. In such tumultuous times, we must set aside our differences. We must look past the ideologies that divide us. I will not deny the rift that has grown between the Reformist and Noble factions, especially in recent times. But how childish, how insignificant such squabbles seem when the enemy marshals its strength beyond our borders. I have met with His Majesty the Emperor, and have secured permission to embark on the course we now must. Thus, in the name of the Emperor and as the representative of the Imperial government, I hereby proclaim.
There it is. The rifle NC. Damn, it is a magnificent looking gun, isn't it?
That the Empire's full military might shall be gathered together from all branches and divisions to deliver unto Crossbell a swift response to their impudence and to form a bulwark against the threat from the eastern.
Go finish your speech in hell.
It actually went through him. I didn't expect that to be an option. I thought it was going to be like a big boss later on in Cold Steel 2, 3 or 4. This is not going to stop the war. There's only to incite it, isn't it?
Well played, Armbrust.
Yeah, he went thoroughly through. If we didn't see it on his back, there was a chance he could survive that. But this? No, he's dead. He's definitely dead.
Well, that was anticlimactic. And there's our coup de grace. Now, just have to add the finishing touches.
Hands in the air!
It really was you all along. To think, all the time we spent searching for the leader of the Imperial Liberation Front, and he was right under our noses. Crow Armbrust from the Jirai SEZ.
Oh, and here I thought I'd managed to cover my tracks like a real pro. So, who put all the pieces together? I bet it was Arundel, wasn't it?
We just received confirmation a short while ago. If you hadn't been so difficult to pin down, we would have had this investigation finished up already. How could you? How could you?
You know, this really brings back the memories. It's a lot like when Jirai was annexed by the Empire 8 years ago. You let your guard down, you lose. That's how your boss's favorite little game works, isn't it?
So that's what it is. A simple revenge plan. Planned out for years. Until successful completion. It's impressive, I gotta hand him that.
Well, he lost. And now he won't be playing any of his games again. Ever.
You! Get on the ground! I don't know how you managed to plan all of this, but you'll tell us eventually. I'll see to that.
Yeah, I don't think so.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, we've just witnessed a shocking turn of events. Chancellor Osborne has been shot by an unknown assailant. He's currently being rushed into urgent care. We'll bring you more on the situation as it develops.
He was shot straight through the heart. There's no way he could survive that. Can he?
What is that? It's coming closer.
It looks like we may not be out of the woods yet, folks. A large silver craft has been sighted in the sky to the south, and it seems to be headed toward the capital. But hearing a radio broadcast just isn't the same as seeing it unfold yourselves, is it? So how about I give you Thor students a special treat? Just my way of saying thanks for the fun I had at the festival.
Uh-oh, what's happening? That's not normal. Is she trying to cast a spell or something?
Wait, what's she talking about?
Was she speaking directly to us just now?
Resound, resound, O voice everlasting! Rend night's silent veil and reveal unto all the beautiful world!
I think we just could confirm that she's definitely a witch. And a powerful one at that.
Isn't that the plaza in Heimdall?
This is one of the Azure Abyss's incantations. Phantasmagoria!
Come on, give us a logo. A flag, anything. The 250 Arch class aerial battleship. Noble Alliance Forces flagship Pentacruel. So it's the Noble Factions battleship. Yeah, this is just a 100% confirmation that the nobles are in line with the killing of Osborne. What the hell? They have mechs? Very cool. But this is so much more technological advanced than anything like the tanks. They must have had something like Velimar themselves that they could base the design on, because it looks way too much like it. First Armored Division, Heimdall Garrison. Yeah, they're gonna be annihilated.
What is that thing?
The advanced mobility that the mech units will have is nothing for tanks to be able to deal with. They're gonna get down so fast.
I know, but it ain't one of ours. It's time to avenge His Excellency. Fire!
See, their mobility is way too high for them to do anything about it. It would be more of a lucky shot than anything else. Yeah, that was a show of force if I ever saw one.
What are those things?
Humanoid combat armors, courtesy of Reinford's 5th Development Division, staunch supporters of the Noble Alliance. Knights for the modern age, modeled after a stunning historical example and made of hardened steel from toe to crown.
Yeah, but which historic example? Because it cannot be Velimar, we just got him out of the old schoolhouse. There has to be another one that they base this upon, another historical example. It has to be, right?
We call them the Panzer Soldats.
Panzer units, alright.
But how did... Don't move!
Sorry, I don't take orders from you. Zephyr should be able to secure Valflame Palace just fine on their own. But I've got my own score to settle.
No! What?
See ya, Icy Moon.
Holy shit. I think that is the historic example. Look at that. Damn, that's beautiful. That is really beautiful. Those two do it again.
Let down, huh? I'll give him an A for effort. But we're talking about the Imperial capital here? Is that the best they could muster on their home turf?
The hard part's still ahead. Most of the Imperial army's putting out fires across the country. But they'll be back soon enough now. And who knows? They might have some anti-Soldates countermeasures up their sleeves.
Hey, anything can happen. Guess the ones to watch out for are the 3rd, 4th, and 7th Armored Divisions, huh? I wonder whose side our little princess will take.
That's for Fee to decide. The boss would have wanted it that way.
Princess? Okay, so with who?
Splendidly done, Grianos.
Grianos. Okay, so but who does she align herself with? Because I can't see her be part of the Liberation Front. I really can't.
I see you were able to share the sweetest notes of my aria with our little friends.
I find myself reminded afresh of the brilliance with which you shine as the second Anguis.
She's an Anguish? That means she is Ouroboros. Alright, I have to admit, I didn't see that one coming.
Lady Vida Clotilde. Vast is the stage, and beauteous the performance of the Azure Abyss.
That's quite the compliment, considering your standards on beauty. Still, first the Burl, then Crossbell, and now here in Erobonia. Don't you think you're getting a little too greedy for your own good?
Oh, your chastisement cuts deep. We'll be proceeding with the next step of the Phantasmal Blaze plan, I presume?
Yes, indeed. The bells are tolling for Crossbell, and preparations here are complete. Still, even this grand an undertaking is but a jewel in a greater crown. The second stage of the Orpheus final plan. The symphony awaits us. Let the second movement commence.
It's all starting to connect, isn't it? We knew they had to be involved with that high level of tech. But her?
Is this really happening?
It is. I'm certain of it. Phantasmagoria is an arcane art known to the Witch of the Abyss, capable of showing scenes and visions across great distances.
So basically they are called witches in this series. Okay, that's pretty cool.
The woman you know as Misty is something of a sister of mine.
Wait, the Witch of the Abyss?
Are you saying that's who Misty really is?
I feel like any moment I'm going to wake up in my bed to find I just dreamt all this.
If only it was. But we have no choice but to accept that it's real.
Well, we'll have plenty of time to worry about that later.
Do we? Because if they are moving in on the palace, they have to secure certain points throughout the country as well. And let's be honest, a military academy like Thors, it will be one of the targets, isn't it? So I wouldn't be too surprised if they start attacking here, trying to lock down one, the old schoolhouse, because Crow has that information, or try not to let the students get involved in this at this point for more soldiers for the Empire. Yeah, but let's see.
Right now we've got two more pressing concerns. The Chancellor's been shot, and Heimdall's been occupied.
Oh no!
I hope my father's alright.
Damn. Please, let Saint Estrella be safe.
That gargantuan airship. Those Panzer soldats. I have no doubts that they were bankrolled and manufactured by the Noble faction.
Yeah, that would explain all the steel they've been, let us say, putting away to the side without anybody knowing. Because that was a lot of steel. So they've been planning and designing this for a long ass time. Again, another notch in the fact that they didn't use Velimar for it, but something else. And I think it is the Panzer that Crow is using. Because that one looked far more advanced than any of the others we've seen in the field so far.
I saw them there. My old family. All this time I never knew what happened to them. And now there they are.
Fee.
So you know those men? I remember meeting them briefly in the Grant.
They're former members of Zephyr. Used to be one of the continent's strongest Jaeger corps. It looks like the Noble faction hired them to do their dirty work. Just like the Imperial Liberation Front. On top of that...
It looks like our guess about C's identity was right on the money. But I don't know what that cool blue thing was he flew off in.
Crow, why did you do it?
On behalf of the Student Council, I'd like to ask all of you to remain calm. I'm sure you all experienced that strange vision during the broadcast, and the principal has an announcement he'd like to make about it.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Principal Van Dyke speaking. I'm sorry to say there's a strong likelihood that what you just saw is really happening in Heimdall. However, it's important to note that we don't yet have confirmation or any official word on the situation. I'm doing all I can to find out what's going on, but in the meantime, I ask for your patience and understanding.
So all the other classes saw it too.
How could she use a national radio broadcast to show something to just us and no one else?
That just shows us how powerful she actually is.
Is that even possible?
For her, it is. With little difficulty at that.
Yo, Sarah here. Who's... Neidhart? An emergency meeting. Right away? What? Of course. I'll be right there. Yeah, understood. I'll meet you in front of the main gate. Alright, class. I've got to step out for a bit to take care of some business.
I was right, ain't I? They're trying to lock down Thors Academy in the old schoolhouse.
But no matter what happens, you are not to leave this building. Is that clear?
But how can we sit still during something like this, really?
I'm not sure, but it's obvious something strange is happening.
Can this day even get stranger than it already is?
What's wrong, guys?
I hear something to the west, and it's getting closer.
Several armored cars are approaching, and it sounds like they have some of those armored suits with them.
You've got to be kidding.
First Heimdall, now Trista? Are they planning on taking over the Academy?
Sure looks that way. Notable members from both factions have kids enrolled here, and there are plenty of important people like the principal. So either they're looking to preemptively protect their own, or take the others hostage. Could be either, even both.
Well, don't forget about the old schoolhouse, because they know what's down there. And I can imagine if they have one, they want two. And if they have one, they would know a lot more about it than we do.
This is absurd.
Whatever their intentions, we can't allow them to harm innocent people.
Do you think that's where the instructors went? To try and fight them off?
Those giant armors tore through the army's tanks like they were nothing more than toys. Our instructors are strong, but with what they're up against, I'm worried they might not be enough. I'm not sure how much help we'd be, or if we'll even be able to put a dent in them. But right now, they need all the support they can get. They need Class 7.
I'm with you.
You have my sword.
I didn't really wake up today planning to fight enemies that can gut a tank.
None of us did. But this battle came to us, so we'll draw the line here.
I'll do everything I can to defend this school and its students.
I take no issue with humbling those that befoul the spirit of true nobility.
Guess I'll help too.
I wonder how Lammy will match up against those giants.
We haven't got a lot of time, so let's move out.
All right, let's do this.
All right, one more fight to protect the town.
Lisa, why are you all so flustered? What's going on? Ferris, you're still here?
What in Adios' name is going on here? I saw the instructors leaving the academy through the front gate.
Oh, they already left?
Patrick, you have to stay here. You can't let them take over this building. Work with the other students as best you can.
Schwarzer?
What are they?
What in Adios' name is going on?
I heard a war started in Heimdall.
Don't worry, everyone. You'll be safe here.
We'll show you to the auditorium. You can bunker down there.
Toa! George!
Rean!
What are you doing here?
You aren't...
You're not planning on going to help the instructors, are you?
That's exactly what we're planning.
I'd bring shame to the Arcade name if I were to willingly allow such insolence and dishonor to fester.
We're not gonna push our luck, but we want to give them every little bit of support we can.
You can't be serious.
If that video's anything to go by, you'd be going up against some seriously dangerous weapons. The chances of you overcoming a force like that is... Well, I don't even want to say. Are you really sure this is what you want to do?
Yeah, definitely.
We are. This academy has given us a lot. We've made friends here, learned to better ourselves. And we'll be damned if we're going to let them just take that away!
You guys...
Oh boy. The instructors told me not to let you past if you tried to come through here.
Well, she does know us quite a bit.
All right. As Student Council President, I hereby grant you permission to head through. But don't forget, you're still students. This may be a military academy, but that doesn't mean you're soldiers. If you ever feel like your lives are in danger, even a little bit, you get out of there, okay? Run away, surrender. I don't care what you do, just please don't die out there. Promise me.
Of course.
We promise.
At least make sure you've got everything you need before you go then.
We will.
I've got my tools on me, so if you guys need any last-minute modifications to your Arcus units, I'll take care of it.
Alright. Well, since it's gonna be a hard fight, I'm gonna take my A student. Oh! We cannot bring him along with us, he's not there anymore. Alright, then we'll take Millium with Erobonia. Will be a force to be reckoned with. Who else? Eustace and Fee or Machias? I think I'll go with the power. Alright, so I'm guessing we need to talk to those two in order to get out of here. So I'm guessing we can, yeah. Alright, so before we head out to town to aid them in defending Trista and of course this academy, we're gonna go do a quick round around the academy ground and talk to everyone that's there. And of course, in between the episodes, I will make sure that the team that we've chosen is more than ready to defend itself. I think we are more than capable of that, and we have plenty of Zeron powder just in case of an emergency that we can brute force our way through, but I hope we'll not need it. So, that's for next time. Until then, I wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. And if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time to see if we can actually defend Trista from the incoming Panzers. See you then. Bye bye.